Welcome to New Sky TV. Surviving Adversity. How did Guo Yuxin rise from obscurity to a phenomenal leading lady through short dramas? The entertainment industry is never short of beauty or hard work. What it often lacks is an opportunity to be seen. Guo Yuxin's meteoric rise, seemingly overnight, is actually the result of a long-term breakthrough achieved through precise choice of path in adversity and relentless effort. With over 100 million views on her short dramas, constant trending topics, and a commanding lead in discussions about her as a leading lady, today, the name Guo Yuxin has become a phenomenon in the short drama genre. But if we rewind 3 years, she was still a nobody on the fringes of the screen, playing nameless fairies, maids, and minor supporting roles in big productions. Even working with top stars like Liu Shishi and Yang Zi couldn't earn her a memorable name. Viewers, recalling those roles, could only manage a fleeting realization: oh, it was her. Being labeled unpromising or unable to be promoted is a harsh reality for any ambitious actor. With her striking looks and solid acting skills, she consistently lacked presence, a silent drain far more agonizing than failure itself. The turning point came when she reassessed her role on the stage. As competition in the traditional film and television industry intensified and resources became highly concentrated, Guo Yuxin didn't cling to supporting roles in major dramas. Instead, she decisively shifted her focus to short dramas, a genre not yet fully embraced by the mainstream. This choice, initially met with skepticism, became a pivotal step in her life. The closer camera angles, faster pace, and more direct emotional delivery of short dramas amplified Guo Yuxin's strengths: her memorable small face, her precise yet powerful crying scenes, and her almost instinctive control over emotional moments. Her performances didn't require 10 episodes of build-up. A single glance, a single tear, was enough to resonate deeply. Audiences realized for the first time, she was a truly talented actress. From her first small-scale breakthrough to subsequent works consistently garnering over 100 million views, Guo Yuxin achieved a textbook example of actor suitability reversal. She was no longer just background scenery, but the story itself, no longer overshadowed by roles, but using roles to amplify her own value. This wasn't just bad luck, it was a conscious choice. Guo Yuxin's success shattered a long-standing industry myth. It wasn't that the actors were good enough, but that they hadn't chosen the right stage. Short dramas gave her ample opportunity to showcase her acting skills and gave audiences enough reason to remember her. She proved that there are no actors who can't become famous, only those who haven't found the right stage yet. Looking back at that period of relative obscurity, it's no longer a testament to failure, but rather the most powerful prelude to her triumphant story. Guo Yuxin's meteoric rise is not just a personal reversal of fortune, but a reward from an era for those who remain clear-headed. In the ever-changing entertainment industry, she outpaced the competition in 3 years, lighting a realistic and resolute lamp for countless actors still struggling in the shadows. From that moment on, the gears of fate finally began to turn. That viral video was like a bombshell, propelling Guo Yuxin from the brink of obscurity directly into the spotlight of the short drama arena. The comments section was no longer filled with perfunctory good-looking or pretty, but rather a dense outpouring of emotions. "I cried, so immersive. Who is this? I have to remember her." For the first time, viewers weren't led by the plot, but captivated by an actress. This was followed by an avalanche of opportunities. Invitations poured in, and her roles were no longer functional supporting characters, but emotional focal points and narrative cores. Guo Yuxin began frequently appearing in high emotional density themes like revenge, torture, and female growth, and her performances repeatedly exceeded audience expectations. She didn't rely on exaggerated expressions to grab attention, but rather excelled at building emotional depth in a very short time, 1 second restrained, the next moment collapsing, emotions building layer by layer without ever seeming overdone. What truly cemented her position as a phenomenal leading lady was her mastery of the role. Many short drama actors are criticized for only being suited to one acting style, but Guo Yuxin is the opposite. She can be sweet without being cloying, ruthless without being superficial, she can cry, and she can also control her emotions. Viewers discovered that her tears weren't from emotional breakdown, but rather a natural outpouring of emotion at precise moments. This ability is especially valuable in the fast-paced, high-density environment of short dramas. Thus, a clear consensus gradually formed. Guo Yuxin wasn't made famous by short dramas, but rather she simply found herself on the stage best suited to her. More importantly, her meteoric rise didn't stop at superficial discussions about pretty face or being able to cry. More and more industry insiders began to re-examine her name, her understanding of rhythm, control of camera distance, and judgment of emotional moments far surpassed the standards of a traffic-driven short drama actor. Looking back, her decision to switch tracks, once ridiculed as lacking ambition, turned out to be her most visionary move. She didn't escape the mainstream. Instead, she found a path outside of it that was more suitable for her to shine. Guo Yuxin's success reminds us that in this era, success no longer has a single, templated route. Daring to cut losses, daring to turn around, daring to give your all in places where no one expects it, this is itself a clear-headed and powerful courage. And her story has only just begun. This is precisely why Guo Yuxin's rise to fame feels so significant. She's not a packaged example of popularity, nor a limited-time leading lady hastily pushed by capital, but someone who has honed her acting skills into a weapon through repeated high-intensity filming and self-destruction. Short dramas have short filming cycles, high intensity, and frequent emotional shifts, posing a double test of physical and mental strength for actors. But Guo Yuxin, under this high-pressure environment, actually achieved a second growth in her acting. She learned to subtract from the limited time, eliminating superfluous emotions and leaving only the most precise and sharpest strike. So what the audience sees is no longer a beautiful actress crying, but the character's struggle and counterattack in the face of fate. Her stubbornness isn't written in the lines, but hidden in a moment of pause in her eyes. Her breakdown isn't hysteria, but a complete surrender after strong restraint. This layering gives short dramas, a previously underestimated form, cinematic emotional weight for the first time. Even more remarkable is that Guo Yuxin wasn't blinded by the word phenomenal. She became increasingly cautious in her choice of roles and more demanding in her performances. For each character, she meticulously analyzed their background, emotional trajectory, and motivations beforehand, ensuring the character remained coherent even when fragmented and disseminated. This professional attitude allowed her to quickly establish a unique and irreplaceable personal brand in the short drama genre. When the industry looked back on this remarkable turnaround, it became clear that Guo Yuxin was not an isolated case, but a signal. Short dramas were no longer just fast-moving content, but were becoming a new battleground that truly tested actors' abilities. Audiences' aesthetics had evolved. They were no longer satisfied with formulas and pretty faces, but craved to be emotionally resonated within a shorter amount of time. Guo Yuxin had perfectly timed this era. Her success redefined the path to fame, not through siding with someone or relying on luck, but through judgment and execution. She didn't deny herself, but rejected unsuitable paths. She didn't wait to be chosen, but actively sought out opportunities to shine. Therefore, this is not just a story of an actress making a comeback, but a sobering and realistic industry lesson. When the environment no longer gives you space, truly smart people will change the stage and push themselves to the center. The worst thing a person can do in adversity is to only complain about the unfairness of fate, forgetting to rediscover their own light. Guo Yuxin used short dramas to stage a remarkable comeback in this era, also teaching audiences a valuable lesson. There are no actors who can't become famous, only actors who lack the right stage. So, as ordinary people facing multiple paths in life, do we have the courage to make such bold choices? Thank you for watching the video. See you in the next video. Thank you.